Alright, so there's this, I wouldn't call it a debate, but there's this accepted, received wisdom in the prepper community, bugging out versus bugging in. And it's, I think it's a misunderstood question. Let me just jump right to the heart of the matter. You know, the people who are prepared to bug out, they'll have their bug out bag, then they'll have a bug out vehicle, and they'll have a bug out location, and they'll go through all these steps to be prepared when the balloon goes up and the crisis starts to jump in and go tearing out. And then there's people who talk about bugging in, who be prepared to hunker down where they're at and, and weather the storm. There's pros and cons to both. There's arguments to be made for both. The you know, the people who live in a high-rise apartment in New York City, they're probably going to be focused on bugging out. People like me who live in the woods, you know, in the foothills of the Appalachian Mountains, we're probably going to bug in. Not probably, we're going to bug in. But the question is a false one, in my opinion, or the premise is a false one. The premise, at least of bugging out, is false, that you're going to wait until the crisis happens to get out. I believe you should bug out, but I believe you bug out now. You don't wait until the hurricane's parked over the lower Ninth Ward to get out of Louisiana, or out of New Orleans. New Orleans is below sea level. It's situated on the coast of the ocean and the shores of the largest river on the continent. It has to have gigantic pumps running 24 hours a day just to stay dry. This isn't sustainable. You get out now. You don't wait till you're neck deep in water to initiate your bug out plan. That's false reasoning. Same thing with Southern California. You don't wait till the buildings are shaking to go jump in your bug out vehicle and head out for Arizona. You get out now. You know these places are dangerous. So this bug out versus bug in mentality is a false one. We have bugged out. We bugged out a long time ago, actually. We may have never been bugged in, but since then we've bugged out. And now we're prepared to hunker down and bug in. And you know what? We can survive. There's you know, short of a meteor strike or, you know, some virulent pandemic that just kills everybody, we're probably going to live here. We can grow a lot of food. There has always been established cultures in this area as far back as we know, from the Cherokees and all this stuff. Very, very easy place to live. So if you're a bug out kind of guy, I say bug out now. Get yourself clustered around the mountains, you know, around the Rockies, around the Appalachians, the Ozarks. If you can take the cold, get up there in the Catskills or stuff. But don't kid yourself that you're going to be prepared if there's ever a cataclysm. Now, I mean, you know, if thing is just a slow crumble and a slow downward spiral into mediocrity, and then suddenly into failed nation state status, you know what, you probably can bug out then at some point. But if what you think is going to happen is panic in the streets, rioting, you know, burning, cataclysmic terrorist attack, you know, nuclear war, any of this stuff, if that's what you're really prepared for, my favorite, the super volcano, if these are the things you're worried about, you're not bugging out when it happens. Bug out now. If you're convinced that you have no option but to stay where you're at, your children can't come with you, you know, you have to take care of your parents, you have too much stuff you've accumulated, you can't abandon it all in place, then you have a very highly complex operation to start planning. One that has to be undertaken under the most adverse of conditions, in a total absence of, because you have to prepare for the worst, a total absence of information, total absence of infrastructure, total absence of law and order. You have to have a bug out location established with your supplies and infrastructure in place, or you have to be able to transport your supplies and infrastructure with you to your bug out location. Either option has its own problems. If you store your stuff at your location, you have to secure and maintain it now while times are good. If you transport it with you, there comes the problem of transporting that much stuff in the middle of a crisis. So you got to have your bug out location set up. You got to have your bug out route ready to go, your transportation ready. And then you got to have your stores and supplies ready to go, your bug out bag and everything else. So it's a big, big, complex, expensive thing. And I'd say you're better off taking a pay cut, getting up what family you can, and getting while the getting's good. So it's not bug out versus bug in. It's bug out now so you can bug in later. It's just my thought though, guys. Thanks.